Have you ever noticed something interesting about English? Two people can say almost the same sentence, but one sounds direct and the other sounds polite, natural, and confident. For example, give me the file. Could you send me the file? Same meaning, completely different feeling. That difference is not advanced grammar. It is something much simpler. It is the way English speakers control tone using three small words: could, would, and should. Most learners study them as grammar rules. But native speakers don't think about rules at all. They use these words to adjust how soft, polite, or supported they sound in real conversations. Today, you will understand them in a practical way through real-life situations, not memorization. By the end, you will naturally know when to use them without translating in your head. Let's break it down in a simple, clear way. 1. Could equals polite request. In real English conversations, could is one of the most common tools for making requests sound respectful and gentle. Compare these two sentences. Open the window. Could you open the window? The first one sounds like an instruction. The second one sounds like a polite request. Nothing changed in meaning, only tone changed. Now, imagine real-life situations. You are in a restaurant and need the menu. Instead of saying, "Give me the menu," a natural English speaker would say, "Could I have the menu, please?" You are at work and need support with a task. Instead of, "Help me with this," you say, "Could you help me with this?" This small change transforms your communication style from direct to respectful. Key idea: could is used when you want to ask for something politely without sounding demanding. It is especially useful in work environments, customer service situations, conversations with strangers, formal or semi-formal communication. Think of could as softening your voice in English. 2. Would equals polite wish, desire, or offer. Would is one of the most powerful politeness tools in English. It is often used when expressing what you want or when offering something to someone else. Compare. I want coffee. I would like some coffee. The first one is direct and emotionally strong. The second one sounds calm, respectful, and natural. Now imagine you are in a professional meeting. Instead of saying, "I want a meeting with you," a more natural English sentence is, "I would like to schedule a meeting with you." This makes you sound more professional and thoughtful. Would is also commonly used when offering something. Do you want help? Would you like some help? The second version feels more polite because it gives the listener freedom to accept or decline. Another example: do you want coffee? Would you like some coffee? The second version is the one you will hear in real conversations almost every time in polite environments. Key idea: would is used to express wants, preferences, and offers in a respectful and natural way. Think of would as upgrading your English to sound more professional and socially aware. 3. Should equals friendly advice or suggestion. Should is different from the other two words. It is not about requests or desires. It is about giving advice, suggestions, or guidance.
Compare.
Talk to your manager. You should talk to your manager. The first one sounds like a command. The second one sounds like supportive advice. Now imagine a real-life situation. A coworker is stressed and confused about a task. Instead of giving orders, a natural response would be, "You should take a short break."
Or,
"A friend is not preparing for an important exam." Instead of, "Study more." A more natural sentence is, "You should study more." Should makes your words feel less controlling and more helpful. It creates a sense of care rather than pressure. Key idea: should is used when you want to give friendly advice without forcing someone. Think of it as guiding, not commanding. Real-life comparison, the fast way to remember. Let's simplify everything into real communication patterns. Asking for something. Direct. Open the door. Polite. Could you open the door? Expressing wants. Direct. I want a coffee. Polite. I would like a coffee. Giving advice. Direct. Fix this. Polite. You should fix this. This is how English naturally works in everyday conversation. Not complicated grammar rules, just tone adjustment. Why these words matter in real English. These 3 words are not about grammar perfection. They are about communication style. Using them correctly helps you sound more natural in conversations. Avoid sounding rude without realizing it. Improve workplace communication. Speak more confidently in formal and informal settings. Build stronger social and professional relationships. In real life, people don't judge your English by complex vocabulary. They judge how you make them feel. And these 3 words directly control that feeling. To fully master this, practice writing your own examples. Write 1 sentence for each. 1 sentence using could, polite request. 1 sentence using would, polite desire or offer. 1 sentence using should, friendly advice. Do not worry about perfection. Focus on natural communication. English fluency is not about knowing thousands of grammar rules. It is about using simple words in the right emotional way. Could, would, and should are small words, but they carry powerful meaning in real conversations. Once you start using them naturally, your English will sound more respectful, confident, and fluent without extra effort. The real secret is simple. Don't just speak English. Speak it with the right tone. And that is what makes you sound truly natural.